It's Sacramento ball. To Alec Burks. Marvin Bagley with the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Westbrook with it. It's a 9-point lead. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. And scores.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Westbrook with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. Over to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And the rebound belongs to Sacramento. Great feed. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Strong finish for Paul George.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Steven Adams tips it. The Thunder have the possession. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Andre Robertson at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 46%. The free throw, good. Cashes in on the 3-point play. The lead now stands at 10. He gets it.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and, most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Fires the 3, can't connect. It's no good. Westbrook into the front court. Final minute, first half. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Cauley Stein powers it through. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Paul George. Adams. Westbrook. Misfires. It's no good. Knocked loose. Thunder have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Knocks it down from mid-range. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Kings with the ball. For 3. Ooh, he'll take that.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
I'm here. I got ball.
Short jumper off the mark. Andre Robertson sends it away. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Thunder with the lead.
The Thunder have a...
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Into the front court, it's Fox. The margin standing now at 7. Screen coming. Buddy Hield. Nice pass to set things up. Westbrook to Anthony. Now Adams down low. Steven Adams with the slam. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox to Barnes. The drive right to the basket. Harrison Barnes. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Westbrook into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw perfect for Westbrook, and the Thunder add on to their lead. Fox into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Whoa, what a finish. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To George. Westbrook. Willie caught it. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
It's Westbrook. Not that time. Barnes rises for the slam.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Thunder with the basketball. Westbrook to Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Carmelo Anthony, zero hesitation as he knocks down the 3.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Cashes in for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Westbrook across the timeline. Leads 5. Gets it in the left corner to Westbrook. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. To Adams. The pass stolen by Sacramento. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Adams. Paul George, 3 for 6 now.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Fox across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
De'Aaron Fox trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 72%. Oh, he can't connect. Here's Schroeder with it. Leads 3 to Paul George. Schroeder. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Andre Robertson at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Can't connect on the first free throw.
For Sacramento, number 30, Will.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. It's the Kings now with the ball. Martin picked up by Noel. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Harry Giles at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 50%. Wants to do better. Unable to connect on the free throw. Schroeder down for Robertson and finishes strong.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Here we go. I got him.
George. Over to the right side. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Short jumper stays out. To Hield. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Offensive rebound. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Martin into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Thunder with the basketball. PG lets it fly. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Martin into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
4-3. And the Kings able to clear the board. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
3 quarters down. It's the Kings with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. And this one looked like it might be a mismatch coming in. But, Jay, this has been a much closer game than anybody could have bargained for.
Well, these are the moments within the games where the team with the lead gets a little bit tight. When a team who's down, who has the firepower that this team does, you got to make sure that you execute every matter of the game in order to finally close it out.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Steven Adams with the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. OKC ball.
Here we go.
George to Adams. Deep left corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's no good. Shots not going down.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Steven Adams pins it. That's his third block this evening. Stuffs it down with authority.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Paul George down for Robertson. And he finishes at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Fox with it. His group now down 2. Fires the 3. Good for 3.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. For 3, he drills the 3.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. All tied up, just underway in this 4th quarter. To George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The pass taken away by the Kings.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Adams. George. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Schroeder with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Martin into the front court. He'll run the offense. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul George. Beyond the arc for 3. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Martin into the front court. Leads a bucket. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Kings retain the possession. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Martin matched up with Steven Adams. To Hield. From the outside, no good. To George. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Martin into the front court. Lead is 2. Count it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
George to Adams. Shot from the lane won't go. Barnes to Bagley. Marvin Bagley with the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
First free throw is good. Second and 3, got it. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Martin into the front court. Up by 3. Harrison Barnes powers it through.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Here's a chance from long range. Yes! three-pointer is good.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
The quarters come to an end. This game is all tied up. And we're underway here in the extra period. To Adams. Willie Cauley-Stein rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see every... Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Paul George. Fires the three, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Fox against the former MVP. Steven Adams, huge block. Fourth this contest. Russell Westbrook snatching it out of the air.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The pass stolen by Sacramento.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Trying to cash in. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Looking good. 4 for 5.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
De'Aaron Fox has got 2 shots coming. He struggled so far. And he connects on the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. And count the basket.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
4-3. They have to keep him in their grasp.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start the
crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. Screen coming, knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Substitution being made in this one. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
And he missed the free throw. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Andre Robertson trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. To Hield. And 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Willie Cauley-Stein swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Buddy Hield. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Strong finisher, Paul George.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Fox picked up by Adams. To Hield. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and that's rebounded by the Thunder. Paul George down to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's now 4 for 6.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Russell Westbrook powers it through.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Into the front court, it's Fox. 5-point game. Hield, defended by Steven Adams. Anthony to George. And a putback slam.
Look out! Freight train coming through.
Fox into the front court. Right now, down 7.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Paul George fires. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Willie Cauley-Stein lays it in.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. first one goes down. It's a second. One more coming. Knocks down all three at the line. Fox across the timeline, trailing by 10. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
You see, Ed, the defender was just slightly outside his comfort zone. You don't stop a move like that. Nobody does.
George, and he hits. Oh, that one could be the dagger as they've opened it up here in the final minute of overtime.
I don't know about that, Ed. I've been a part of a game where we came back from 10 with a minute left to go. Anything is possible.
Would you call that a miracle minute? Fox picked up by Westbrook to Alec Burks. Nice pass to set things up. And the finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And there's the foul. Going to play this one out, even though it seems all but over in a 9-point game. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. The Kings will use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter. And a chance here to empty their bench. To Alec Burks. Knocked loose. Thunder have it. Anthony. And the Kings secure the rebound. Fox with it. Down 11. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. The follow won't go either. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win it in overtime. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Thunder needed extra minutes to get the victory. It was a remarkable game for... That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.